to share another one of our family favorite recipes to give you another idea for these weeknights that are about to get crazy. If you are local to me, you know kids start back to school this week, and this is the time that if you're not prepared and you're not prepping, this is when you start eating out more and way too often. So to help us keep our budgets intact and to eat at home, I want to keep sharing some more ideas on those recipes and ways to do that. Hopefully you got to catch last week's live as we did rush hour chicken fajitas and we cooked everything in the microwave. It was 30 minutes from beginning to end. And tonight I have another one of our favorites. This is egg roll in a bowl, and it is another 30-minute beginning to end recipe. This is one of those recipes that you can kind of play with and customize based on the different flavors that your family likes, and that's another reason that we love it. We are a low-carb family, and it is a very easily adaptable low-carb meal. Had to think about saying all of that correctly. And I wanted to share that with you and cook it tonight. And like last week, we have another giveaway. Our lucky winner tonight is going to win. I'm going to make supper. I got it, but thank you. Someone's going to win our current Season's Best cookbook, and the reason I want to give one of these away is because this recipe comes from an old Season's Best cookbook. We make this one so often that I don't really follow a recipe, but since I was making it, I pulled it out so I can make sure I tell you all the correct measurements so I don't get that messed up. So I wanted to give you a current one and our new mix and chop spatula. If you haven't seen this, this is a new product that just came out. It is the mix and chop, but it is a spatula version. So you see it has that little scoop in it to help you fill tacos or whatever else that you may be needing to get your meat into. So I'm using one tonight to chop up my ground sausage, and I thought that would be a fun little giveaway. So one lucky winner will get these sent to them as some Happy Mail. In order to get entered into that, I just need y'all to say hello, and if you like Asian food, simple or not, say hi, and if you like Asian food, that will get you in on tonight's giveaway. The recipe calls for a pound of ground sausage, and that can be turkey sausage or regular sausage, it's up to you. Because I have a family of 5 and we are a keto low-carb family, we do try to pull in more protein. So that's one of the changes that I make when we do 2 pounds of ground sausage. I did get that put into my wok right before I went live, so it's just starting to brown. I'm gonna kind of chop it a little. You got it? All right, Briggs is back in the cabinet doing his own cooking again tonight. I'm gonna just chop up real loosely a very small onion, and I'm actually gonna be using our manual food processor tonight. That's one of the, do not get this off. That's one of the products that is used in this recipe. If you don't have the manual food processor, this is what it looks like. It comes with a pump to chop it. This is actually one of our longtime favorite products for Host, and it's really good because if you have arthritis or your hands hurt a lot, it can be pumped with your elbow or your forearm. You know? Ice? All right, and apparently you can pump it with ice. But it is a good product to have for our older community because of that option. It's not something that you have to use your hands to really work with. All right, so I'm gonna just drop these in here. I'm gonna break them up just a little. Oh, and it probably would help. There we go. Make sure that blade is on. So here's my onion. Putting this on top. And you wanna make sure that this little piece lines up into the middle. And then you get to bump away. Let me scoot this over. That's okay. I'm making supper. So I will show y'all what that looks like. There's our chopped onion. Let me move the blade. I probably don't want to see that. But there's our chopped onion. Again, it was just a little bit that I needed for this recipe. So I'm going to add that in. Briggs, stop.
What?
I'm going to add that into our sausage. There's Kennedy. Kennedy, do you like to eat egg roll in a bowl?
Yeah.
Yes.
It tastes like egg.
Yes, we do add egg. Oh, really? All right, so you see there's just a little bit left in there, and that's okay because we're going to keep using this, and it's going to be just picking up more of that as we go. Let me scoot that over and move this out of my way. I'm going to go ahead and drop the blade back in, though, so it's ready in a minute when we get our bell pepper in there. One thing I really like about our mix and chop, watch out, Duke. Now we got the dog in here. One thing I like about the mix and chop is while you're getting your meat down to the perfect size, it's also mixing in whatever you're trying to add. So for this right now, and I'm adding in the onion, it just gets it really good and incorporated. So it's not like a chunk of onion mixed in. It's nice and smooth, and not smooth, but blended well.
What is?
It's a strainer.
Do.
It strains out a solid from the liquid.
Where?
All kinds of times.
Papi says it.
All right. We don't need to use the strainer tonight, though. You can use that, okay?
My bit.
No, I don't need the strainer tonight. Here you go.
No.
Okay, thank you. All right, next up we're going to add a bell pepper, and the recipe calls for a red bell pepper, but... What? What? I did stop. What? Okay. We're going to continue. It calls for a red bell pepper, but I usually buy the trio of them because it's a little bit cheaper at Aldi, and this is the one that we have left, so we're going with yellow tonight. If you've never seen me cut a bell pepper, I'm going to show you my little trick again. I make sure my stem is cut off, and I put it face down onto my cutting mat, and I'm going to use my knife and cut kind of like a bow around it, and that's going to keep those seeds all intact. So I'm not going to have seeds flying everywhere. I'm not going to worry about them making a mess or getting into our food. I actually learned this at a cooking show that I had a couple years ago, and it's now the only way I will cut a bell pepper. But it really makes a huge difference. And we eat a lot of bell peppers, and I don't have to ever worry because your seeds stay all in there like that. So nice and convenient.
We should grow one.
We should grow bell peppers as much as we eat them, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a seed out.
No, ma'am, I don't want the seeds out. That makes a mess.
I'll just take one.
No, thank you.
Mom, why is there hair in them?
There's not hair in them.
What is that?
That's just like the seeds. That's what they look like. So I'm just very coarsely chopping up our bell pepper, and I'm going to add that into our manual food processor. And I'm going to let the manual food processor do the work for cutting it up.
Can I push it down?
Sure.
I love pushing it down.
You are a good helper, darling.
And when I'm gonna be working for Pampered chef.
All right. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be on your team.
All right. Make it a family affair, huh? I'll hold it. You pump. Oh, okay. Okay, let's scoot this way so they can see.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Is it cut?
It is. See those blades in there? It's cutting the bell pepper up. Keep going.
Do they look so tiny?
Keep going. We'll make them. You can get them as small as you want. The more you do it, the smaller they get. Graham is watching, and she said, "Hi, Kennedy. Love Graham."
I do. Look.
All right, let's check it.
It looks so cute.
Yeah, see, they're getting a little bit cut. I'm going to go ahead and take over and go a little faster. And I'll show you what I was talking about. You can use your forearm if your hands hurt. Let me scoot it back. You can use your forearm. You don't have to use your hand to push it down. So if you, like I said, have arthritis or if your hands are sore, Another option. No, ma'am. So here's our bell pepper now all cut up. So same as the onion, I'm gonna just take the blade out, shake that off, and we're gonna add this. Hey, you're okay. I'm gonna add that into our ground sausage and our onion.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And just as before, if a little bit's left behind, that's okay, because we're gonna use this one more time. I'm gonna get my mix and chop spatula and incorporate that bell pepper in just like we did with the onion.
Mom, can I help you?
That's about it, baby. I will need to pump that one more time, and I'll call you in here to do it, okay?
Okay. Let me in here to do it. Hey, no.
Hey, Grace.
You don't call me.
KJ.
Move that. All right, so we've got our sausage cooking. If you're just joining us, we're making egg roll in a bowl. This is another one. Hold on. Another one of our quick 30-minute weeknight meals. Welcome to the Heitman house at dinner time. This is a family favorite. We all like it. Even the kids eat it. It's really good. Very easy. Oh. Okay. He hit his head on the cabinet. Alright, sorry. Little mishap in the kitchen. He's okay. 30-minute meal, quick, perfect for school starting back. And I wanted to do another giveaway. So those of you that are just joining us, if you will tell me in the comments below, tell me hello.
Hello.
And if you like Asian food, just yes or no and tell me hello. And you'll be getting our current Season's Best Cookbook and a new mix and chop spatula. So some little happy mail just for tuning in. And if y'all are watching the replay, make sure you say hi still, and y'all can definitely still get in on this drawing. I'm going to try to do this once a week, and every time we do, I will do another drawing. So y'all have until next time to get in, so it's not too late. All right, so what we've done, for those of you that are joining us, I've got 2 pounds of ground sausage in here. The recipe calls for 1, but that is something that I change, and I do 2 pounds. And then we added in a small onion and 1 bell pepper. So that's chopped up, and it's browning with our sausage. And now we're gonna move on to make the sauce while that's cooking. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes. Some of the sausage is still a little pink, so we wanna make sure that's cooked all the way before I move to that next level. While it's going, I'm going to start working on our sauce. It's a very simple sauce. We're going to use green onions, soy sauce, sriracha, and the recipe calls for honey. But again, we are keto, so we don't do that. We use liquid stevia, and you can get this at Trader Joe's. This is the Trader Joe's brand. You can get it at Kroger. I'm sure Walmart carries it. You just need liquid stevia, and this is a substitute that we use instead of honey. If you don't care about the little bit of honey, let me tell you, it's 1 tablespoon. So it's not a lot, but we just choose not to put our carbs there if we don't have to. Recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of honey. I use about 5 to 7 drops of this instead of the honey. So I'll go ahead and just add that in. Oh, put my blade in. And we're going to use the manual food processor to make our sauce also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A few drops. That is my honey. And then sriracha, this is kind of where you get to personalize again. It calls for 1 to 2 teaspoons. We like things to have a little bit more of a kick, so we usually do 2 heaping teaspoons. If you don't like a lot of heat, I would recommend doing just 1 teaspoon. Or if you like a whole lot and you don't have kids, or the kids like a whole lot, go ahead and do more than that. One of those easily customizable versions. So I got my teaspoon. I'm going to add in 2 that are pretty full. I kind of just squeeze in there until it starts to overflow. All right, and And then our soy sauce, it calls for 3 tablespoons, and I just take this off. I know sometimes it's kind of hard to like shake it out. Of course now it's not gonna come off, so we're just gonna have to shake it out. Got my tablespoon. Okay, it's pouring easily, good. There's 1, and I don't really stop pouring, I just kind of slow down, so I use more than 3 tablespoons, and it swashes over the side. My whole thing is I'm doubling the meat. I think it's okay if my sauce is a little bit heavier or has more in it, because we are making that little bit of a change. And then you need 2 green onions. I don't know if that means like 2 of these or 2 of these. So we just do all of this. And if you don't know, green onions are one of those little vegetables that you can grow again. So we always keep our stems after we get done. I'm just gonna cut off the tops of these. I've already washed them, so they're good to go. And then move that out of the way. And then I'm gonna cut off the bottom. And I just cut right where it bees, like that. And then we stick this back in water, and in a few days it's gonna start growing again. And we can get 2 more uses off of each one before I throw them out. But that's kind of a nice little budget tip. You buy green onions once and eat on them 3 times. So I have those, and I'm cutting them like this. That's it. I'm gonna drop them into our manual food processor. All right, so here's our sauce. Again, I did a few drops of the liquid stevia, but the recipe calls for honey, then sriracha sauce, soy sauce, and green onions. And I'm going to call Kennedy back. All right, KJ. Almost forgot. There you go. So we'll let her pump that up.
Wait, what's in here?
That's the sauce. Go ahead here. Hold it real quick. I'm gonna move this. Hold your hand right there. Keep going. Get those green onions. It's okay. Watch out. No, don't get in that cabinet. We don't need anything in there right now. No, we don't need that. It all mixed up and chopped. Thank you. All right, we have like 2 little pieces that are still red or pinkish, so I'm gonna tuck those in the bottom. Our sauce is ready. We're gonna chop it a little bit. All right, so you can see this is what your sauce looks like afterwards. And I am done with that now, so I'm going to push it down and lock it. It has a lock feature here, and I'm going to just drop this in my sink. You never want to submerge your manual food processor in water. The water gets stuck in here, and you don't want to do that. So I always just lay it down in the sink. All right. Take our blade out. And here is our sauce. And I know it looks kind of yucky right now, but it's so good. And you add it in with your egg roll in a bowl. So those of you that are joining us, this is another one of our quick 30-minute meals for those busy weeknights. We're doing egg roll in a bowl. I've got 2 pounds of sausage mixed with an onion and bell pepper that are going in my wok. And we're about to add in the slaw. And then we're gonna let that wilt down, and then we'll add our sauce and we'll be done. Oh, an egg, we're gonna add egg. That's not on the recipe, that's something extra we add. What? Okay, hold on. I am doing another giveaway. Someone is going to win our new Mix and Chop spatula and the current season's best cookbook. And the reason I'm giving these away, I'm using this one, and our recipe is from an old Season's Best cookbook. These are our family favorites. We get so excited when a new one comes out. Don't touch that, it's hot. And I want to make sure that we get to give some goodies. So in order to get entered for that giveaway, all you need to do is say hello in the comments and make sure you tell me if you like Asian food, yes or no. And that's it. If you're watching the replay, make sure that you say hey and tell us you're watching the replay, and you can definitely still get in on our giveaway. Just make sure you answer that question. All right? I see. Briggs is playing in the bottom oven. It is not on. He's okay. If y'all see him in the background, I promise he's okay. All right, so all of our meat is cooked. All right, so we're gonna add in two bags of the slaw, and I just get the Kroger brand. Y'all can get whatever you want. There's like all kinds that have purple cabbage and some have carrots in it, and it's really up to you what you like. Our favorite is actually the one from Trader Joe's that does have the purple cabbage in it, but Kroger had theirs on sale this week, so we are going Kroger. You're literally going to open 2 bags of coleslaw mix. That's exactly what this is. You're gonna dump it in on top. Very simple. You're ready? And I promise it will all fit. You just have to kind of move it around. Alright. And then we add in one more little goodie is the broccoli slaw. And I like to add this in just because it adds a little bit more of a crunch and more vegetables. You get broccoli and carrots in it. This is not something that you have to do. Again, we do. Oh, thank you. Oh, this looks delicious. We do 2 pounds. There you go. Yep, I'm done. Thank you. We do 2 pounds of sausage, so I feel like it's okay that we add in a couple extra things, and then that way it kind of helps balance out that extra pound of sausage. All right, I'm just gonna spread the slaw out so I have room to add the broccoli slaw, and I'm gonna pour it on top. All right, and then we grab the lid. Of course, I did not pull that out. And I'm gonna put the lid on just to kind of push that down, and then I'm gonna come back and kind of mix it in a minute. Nope, that's good. Thank you. I'm okay. Thank you.
Hi.
So, Briggs is saying hi.
Hi. Hey,
All right. So far, it looks like we have
Hey, Graham.
lots of Asian fans. I made a different
Graham.
version. Use turkey sausage. Yes, you can definitely use turkey sausage. That is another option. Lost my train of thought. Yeah. So those of you that are joining us, we're making another one of the quick 30-minute meals. This is going to be perfect for school starting back. If you're local to me, that's this week. I cannot believe that. And this is one of those recipes that our whole family likes. It's easily customizable, so you can make changes to where you like and go from there. We have 2 pounds of sausage that are in our wok, added in a bell pepper and an onion that we chopped up. And then I just added in 2 packages of the slaw. It's like already made at the store. And then we include an extra bag of broccoli slaw. So I don't know if you can see, it's all in here. It is stuffed to the top. Thank you. I'm gonna give it a few minutes to kind of wilt down, and then I'll go in and kind of move the meat mixture to the top to help wilt that down even more. Okay, thank you. I am gonna grab a few eggs. We do add in eggs for extra protein. It is not on the menu, or not the menu, it is not on the recipe. That's just another one of those things that we add extra. So give me a second, let me grab those. I usually add them at the end. No, ma'am, you do not touch a single button on that oven. No, no, please stop.
I turned it
I usually add those in at the end after everything's cooked because, you know, eggs cook real fast and my wok is already nice and hot. Everything in it is hot and those eggs will cook within like 2 minutes. So I usually put them in at the end and that way they don't stick to the meat and they don't clump up as bad. No, thank you. I need you to scoot because I can't. I need you to scoot, please. Okay. So we're gonna let that go a little bit and get my eggs out. No, thank you. Y'all, please stop. Okay, there's my 4 eggs. I'm gonna scoop these out of the way. All right, let's see if we can. Whoa! Hey, no, thank you. Okay, another thing I really like, mix and chop. I'm sorry, hold on, y'all. Guys, you cannot be right here underneath me. Scoot. Okay, sorry. Another reason I like the mix and chop spatula is when you are mixing this stuff in and trying to pull that meat up to the top, it helps. I'm gonna make a huge mess since people are watching me, so I'm gonna use that as a little help. Okay, Kennedy, you're done. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. All right. Who loves to cook in the kitchen with their kids? I really am glad that they love to be in the kitchen with me, but sometimes it really stresses me out. Please tell me I'm not alone. All right, we are just pulling that up. Y'all can see the meat coming up and how the slaw and broccoli slaw have started to wilt a little bit. And we're gonna just kind of keep pushing that down and pulling the meat up because once it gets on top, it helps cook that faster. Now I'm just gonna make a mess because that's kind of hard to do that way. If you are just joining us, we're making egg roll in a bowl. This is another 30-minute quick meal for those busy weeknights that we have coming up. And I'm doing another giveaway, so make sure you say hi in the comments and simply tell me if you like Asian food, yes or no. We're doing egg roll in a bowl. It's easily customized. It's good for low carb diets. It's keto friendly. It smells good. All 3 of my kids eat it, so that's a win-win for in our book. All right, we're getting there. The more it wilts, the easier it is to use because it does start to reduce down in its height. But when you first put it in, it is just towering up. Oops, sorry, making a mess. All right, this wok makes it so easy too with its high sides. It helps me not make too much of a mess, thankfully. I can definitely get messy in the kitchen. If you are on a keto or a low carb diet, I don't know if y'all are anything like us, but a lot of times we miss that crunchy, just good satisfying crunch of a good egg roll. But we will make the egg roll in a bowl and then stuff. It's called cut to carb. We will stuff it and roll it and then fry those in like avocado oil. It is so good. It's a little time consuming, but when we start to really crave that crunch and just eating something that's not keto friendly, that is one of our go-tos. All right, if y'all were with us before, you can see now how much that's gone down. It's not stuffed and trying to come out of the top, so that really helps. All right. Yes, it is just like that anytime. Any seasoning? No, there's no seasoning. The recipe has a sauce that we made. I don't know, Christina, if you were on yet. All this is green onions, sriracha sauce, soy sauce, and then the recipe calls for honey, but honey's not very keto friendly. So I mix in a few drops of the liquid stevia. This is the Trader Joe's version, but you can get it anywhere. They have it at Kroger too. And that's our honey replacement for that sweet little bit of this little bit of sweetness to add to the sauce. And then you mix it in your food processor and just chop it up. So we'll pour this on top when it gets done, kind of wilting down, and after I get the egg in. I don't do it until the very end. Like, literally, I'm done. I pour the sauce on. I put the lid back on. I start rinsing everything and put it in the dishwasher. By the time I'm done, I'm ready to go. It's already in. Yeah, one of my favorite keto meals. Yes, Veronica, it's so good. And I'm making it from one of the old Pampered Chef cook recipe books, the Season's Best. I don't know if you have this one, the fall of 2018, but it's also on our website. But it's good. We just make a few changes, but it is one of our favorites. All right. Again, if you're just joining us, make sure you say hello in the comments, and if you like Asian food, yes or no, and that will get you entered in to win the giveaway for this week. Okay, I'm going to stir this again. It will be a little less messy this time, I promise. Never mind as I fling it off the complete stove. But we're just going to mix that slaw in, get that meat on top to help break it down, and then I'm going to add in our egg and let that cook, and then we will be done in a few minutes. Very quick and easy. It's a delicious recipe. It smells amazing. All 3 kids eat it. You just can't beat that. Last week we did the rush hour chicken fajitas. That was another 30-minute meal. And this week is our egg roll in a bowl. Another 30-minute meal. Alright, so that is there. I'm going to go ahead and crack our eggs in. And I do this all around because, well, I don't normally throw the eggshell in there. I don't recommend doing that. We're about to eat supper, baby. Okay. And then I let those kind of start cooking, and then I mix them in. That way I'm not missing an area that maybe is not cooked well. All right, let me rinse my hands real quick. If y'all are just joining us, we're doing egg roll in a bowl. This is one of our family favorites. Quick 30-minute recipe, perfect for weeknights. And I am doing another giveaway. If you have not said hello yet, make sure you say hello in the comments and tell me just simple yes or no if you like Asian food. And I'm going to be giving away our current Season's Best cookbook and our new mix and chop spatula. And y'all see me use this tonight. It's just like the mix and chop, but it has a scoop in it, so it makes it nice and easy to flip things. I don't have too much of a mess around my area, but it also helps if you're feeling like a taco shell. That helps out a lot with the spatula little middle part. I'm gonna clean up my area a little bit. It's kind of hard for me to not do that. Normally while this is cooking, I wash dishes, but I think this will help. I'm just going to move everything to the sink so it's ready to go. And put my trash up. This is such an easy recipe, and it's not a bunch of ingredients, so it doesn't make you feel like you're spending a lot of money at the store to get the ingredients for it. It's a good... everybody likes it meal. Another little trick tip I shared, if you buy green onion, hopefully y'all know that once you cut it, you can put the roots in water and it will regrow more. We do this every time we use green onion. I put it in a mason jar and I put the water to about right here, and it will grow, and we will cut them and use them and cut them and use them. I get 2 more uses, so that's your little budget tip for the week. If you use green onion, that's the way to do it. All right, so we're gonna move our egg into the mixture. If you're just joining us, we are doing egg roll in a bowl. It has sausage, ground sausage, bell pepper, onion, and you get the pre-packaged coleslaw mix, and I add in a thing of the broccoli slaw just for a little bit more vegetables and crunch. And then we also add in, I added 4 eggs just to get that protein in. And for our family of 5, I like to double the meat, so we have 2 pounds of ground sausage, and I think that kind of helps offset adding in that extra slaw. All right, so everything is mixed in. Gonna give the egg a little bit, and then we will mix in our sauce. The sauce is really easy. You have soy sauce, sriracha sauce, and then the recipe calls for honey, but we use a liquid stevia instead, and then green onion. And you pour it all in, mix it all up with your mix and chop, not mix and chop, with your food processor, and then you just pour that on top. And it smells so good. And I don't know if y'all can really see. You can kind of see the green onion in there. But that's what I think brings it to the next level. And then I will tell you, I am not like this, but everyone else in my family, they will add peanuts and mustard to the top of theirs when we sit down to eat. I don't do that. I think it tastes good without it, but that's what they do every time. So I definitely think you should try it with it, especially with the mustard. I do sometimes like that, but if you ever have made egg roll in a bowl, make it again and put mustard on top, just like your French's mustard. Squeeze it on top and mix it in. It's really good. And I know that sounds weird, but it is good. I did not scramble the eggs first. I put them on, and just when the egg white starts to turn that white and not translucent color, that's when I go in and mix it into everything. I kind of push it to the bottom so it will finish cooking the rest of the way. Yeah, my husband he's one of those people that you can give him like a chop. I think of the show Chopped and the box of ingredients, and he'll come out with something. He's really good at mixing flavors and seasonings and knowing what goes well. And one day we made this, and he said, you know what, we need to add mustard and peanuts. And I'm like, what? And the kids love it. They all eat it that way. I'm the weird one that doesn't. But every now and then I will put mustard on. I don't know if you can hear it kind of bubbling, so I'm going to go ahead and add our sauce in. And I'm just going to pour it straight on top. It's not a lot. It doesn't really even change the color of stuff, just where it falls, but the mixture itself is going to stay the same color because it's just not very much sauce. And I do scrape it all out because it smells so good, and I love the sauce. And I want it all in there. All right, and add that to my sink. And then get my mix and chop spatula back. Y'all, I'm getting all kind of tongue-tied tonight. I'm just gonna mix that sauce in so it keeps cooking, and then we will be just about done. All that egg is cooked. I'm seeing that come up now. You see how far the bags of slaw and that broccoli slaw have wilted down to make this nice, and it's a very thick meal. So you don't feel like you're just eating a salad, even though it has a lot of salad ingredients in it. Just the way I feel like it's a very filling meal. All right, and that's about it, y'all. I'm gonna let it sit here for a second while I get our plates down and make sure we have the mustard and peanuts on the table. And then we will be eating dinner very shortly. Let me see if I can scoot y'all over. Or actually, let's do this. I will bring it to you for a second to show you what it looks like. Whoops, sorry. Hope I didn't make y'all dizzy. So here is our finished meal. That's egg roll in a bowl. And if you are joining us, I started from the beginning with you on my live. It's a 30-minute recipe from beginning to end, and we are just about done, and we're gonna be sitting down to eat dinner. All right? I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And again, if you jumped on. Make sure you say hello and tell me if you like Asian food. Just a yes or no. I just want to know. I'm curious. And that will get you entered into the giveaway for your own Mix and Chop spatula and our current Season's Best cookbook. All right. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you next week, hopefully with another 30-minute meal that will help you keep cooking even during those busy weeknights. And if your kids start back to school this week, good luck to you parents, good luck to your kids, and y'all make sure you pray for your teachers. Bye, y'all.